If I had to give you a subtitle today for what I'm talking about, it would be careful who gets a voice in the life God gave to you. See, man didn't give you this life. God gave you this life. I would tell you to be careful who gets a voice in the life that God gave you. It trips me out that sometimes your friend think that they gave you the voice. They think that your friend think that they gave you life. You know, sometimes your females, bro, or your dudes, sis, he feel like he's the one that have given you life. But in true, let's be honest, God have given us life, not man. Okay? I want you to comment one word for me. Comment the word influence. Comment the word influence, because that's what we're talking about tonight. This morning. I'll say this. Good morning again to everybody. And I want to ask you a question one more time. Who has too much influence over your life right now? Who has too much influence over your life? Not who controls you. That's not what I'm talking. Not who makes decisions for you. I'm asking you this morning, who has enough influence to make you question a decision you were already at peace with? Who have that type of influence in your life? Okay? Who can criticize you and suddenly make you question yourself? Now, don't start this morning like you don't know. There's so many people that you know right now, that really, and you know what, you may not know, but by the end of this Sunday morning message, you will know. Maybe you don't know who has that voice in your life. Maybe you don't know who criticizes you and make you suddenly question yourself. Who can disapprove of your decision and make you feel guilty for making it? Who has that type of influence in your life? Whose opinion are you trying to earn? Did you just hear what I just said? Whose opinion are you trying to earn? Okay. Who can change your mood with one comment, with one saying? Who do you keep listening to even though their advice keeps producing confusion? Okay? I'm just saying this because influence does not always look like control. Sometimes influence looks like, I just want to know what they think. Are you listening? Sometimes it looks like, I don't want them to be upset with me. Or sometimes the influence look like they've known me forever. It even looks like, hey, that's my family. That's my friend. I saw everybody saying it online. And slowly, somebody else's voice starts becoming your direction. Now, this is going to make sense to you today because there's many of us, we're starting off this new week. And we started talking about our goals that we wanted to achieve this week. Many of us, we have our own goals. I want you to write this down very quickly. Everybody you love does not deserve influence over your decision. Everybody you love does not deserve influence over your decision. Write that down, please. And I want you to think about that. Everybody you love right now, they do not deserve influence over your decision. Some people, you may not like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. Everybody you love does not deserve influence over your decision. You can love somebody without being led by them. Are you listening? You can respect somebody without agreeing with them. Are you listening? You can forgive somebody without giving them their old influence back. Are you listening? And you can listen to somebody without giving them the final word. You could listen to them without giving them the final word. This morning, we are checking the voices. We are, because one of the most important questions you can ask yourself is, who is helping shape the person that I am becoming? Now, this is going to be serious for you, especially if you've been stuck, especially if you're not growing, especially if your man is not growing. Who is helping shape him, or who is helping shape her? This is very important for you. If you're ready to examine this morning, drop one word in the comments for me: influence. Who's ready to bring this to the forefront and to identify some things? Because frankly, there's many people who don't know. We start a whole nother Sunday and we get to the next Sunday and you ain't did nothing with yourself. And we start one Sunday and we go to the next Sunday and it's just like, God, dog, what did I get done? And we about to bring the magnifying glass out this morning. And I want to definitely set the room straight. This is not about cutting people off in your family or your friend. This is not about cutting people off. This is not about even becoming suspicious or believing that nobody can tell you anything. That is not what I said. Actually, maturity requires counsel. You do have to have a voice to influence you. We need people who can correct us. We need people who can challenge us. Do you have people right now that can correct you? Do you have somebody that can challenge you in your life right now? What we cannot see, we need people to challenge us on things that we cannot see. We need people on things that we cannot see. We need people to tell us the truth, even when we don't want to hear it. Are you listening? But everybody should not have the same level of influence in your life. Somebody can love you deeply and still I'm just saying, they can love you deeply and still give you bad advice. I see mothers and fathers give their kids bad advice all the time. Yes, I see it all the time. How many of you see it? How many mothers and fathers do you see that is literally destroying? Hold on one second. Is it? I see mothers and fathers destroying their babies right now. You're destroying your grandchildren's future because you're giving bad advice. I've seen it. Somebody can know your history and still misunderstand your future. Somebody can be close to you emotionally and still be unqualified to direct you financially. Why are you telling me not to invest and you broke? You ain't got nothing. Why are you telling me not to invest and you don't have a dime past what you've saved in your 401k? Why are you telling me about credit and buying a house if you ain't got no good credit and you ain't never bought a house? I'm telling you right now, people could be emotionally connected to you and still be unqualified to direct you financially and rationally. Even when you talk about relationship, you cannot direct me when you talk about spiritually. I don't care how far and close we are. Think about God had Abraham leave his father's house. He couldn't direct Abraham spiritually. Sometimes you get caught up in the fact that, oh, this is my mother, this is my father, this is my elder. And you think they can guide you spiritually, but no, they can't. Many people you believe, it's crazy. These people can be close to you, but they cannot guide you. Some of us, we have become confused. We are so confused. We think closeness brings us wisdom. There's a lot of old dummies. There's a lot of old foolish people. There's a lot of old broken people. There's a lot of people that the devil is using to keep you off course. And so we need to talk about that today. You know, we need to talk about that because this is really, really important. This is really, really important. We need to talk about that today. We think that they know me, so I should listen. One of the major mistakes that I would make when I was a kid, I thought because my dad knew me and he knew what was best for me. And that may not be for every single advice that you take. And you think because you know me, oh, I should listen because blah, 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 I should listen. But knowing you does not automatically qualify somebody to lead you. And there's a difference in your life, and I want you to pay attention to this. Write this down very quickly. Just because somebody has your ear does not mean they should have your direction. Listen to me, please. I'm about to get ready to set your week up. You finna be good this week. Yeah, you finna be good this week. Just because somebody have your ear, it does not mean they should have your direction. Listen to what I'm saying. Yes. Yes. Some voices can stay close without staying loud. I think you should write that down too. Some voices, they can stay close without staying loud. Now let's jump into the scriptures this morning. Proverbs 13 and 20. Proverbs 13 and 20. Proverbs 13, chapter 13, verse 20. It says, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise. Okay? All right. But a companion of fools shall be destroyed. All right. Proverbs 4, chapter 4, verse 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. I want to talk about something today. A story in the Bible about one of Solomon's sons. And we know who Solomon is, King Solomon. He came after David. Okay. King Solomon was one of the most wisest, if not the wisest person to ever live. You know, I'm just saying, because he asked God for wisdom instead of asking God for, money or things like that. He asked God for wisdom. And God have given him, back in those days, he was the wisest man in the land that ever lived. Yeah, Solomon. Solomon had a son. His name was Rehoboam. And Rehoboam took the throne and he listened to the wrong voices. Now, I want you to go over to 1 Kings chapter 12. We're about to get ready to talk about this because this is very important for you. You'll read that Solomon had passed away. Okay? 1 Kings chapter 12. Solomon had gone to meet the Lord. He passed away. And his son Rehoboam became king. And almost immediately, Rehoboam was faced with a major leadership decision. I want you to think about a prince, a man of power. His son took over once the dad passed away. And the people came to him and they told him that his father had made their burden heavy. And they asked Rehoboam, make our burden lighter, and we will serve you. Now pay attention to this story because it's going to make a lot of sense with your decision making. Now, Rehoboam, he did something wise. He did not immediately answer. So when they was asking him, please make the burden lighter, he did not immediately just say, hey, yo, let's do it. No, he sought counsel. He went to the older men who had served with his father Solomon. And these men had experience. They had watched leadership. And so they had already knew how King Solomon did things. They understood the kingdom. Okay? Well, the people came to him and said, man, look, it's too hard around here, bro. All right. So he went to the wise men. He went to the ones that was already there. And they understood the people, and they told Rehoboam, serve the people, speak kindly to them, lead them well. But Rehoboam did not like that answer. So he went to the young men he had grown up with, his peers and his circle, the people that he was familiar with. And they gave him a completely different answer. And they basically told him, don't lighten the burden, make it heavier. Show them who is in charge. Prove your strength to these people. In Rehoboam, he listened to the young men. Are you listening? For those of you that just now coming in, we're talking about when Solomon passed away and his son Rehoboam took king. And we're talking about the voices that he was listening to. He went to the old man, and the old wise men told him, hey, be a good leader. Do things the right way. Serve the people. He went to the young people. They told him to do the opposite. And the result of this, the kingdom divided because of it. They had literally a civil war in the kingdom. The kingdom divided. Think about this. Rehoboam's problem was not that wisdom was unavailable. He heard wisdom. He just simply chose the voice that he preferred over what was actually needed. And that is what you call influence. Are you listening? That is what you call influence. Sometimes we are not looking for wisdom. We are looking for agreement. Can you agree with that? If you believe with that, I want you to drop me a 100 in the comments that some people in this world, we are not looking for wisdom. We are looking for agreement. I'm just saying. I know a great deal of people now who are stuck in their life and they just looking for, there's a lot of 100s here. There's a lot of 100 in the comments. Somebody got to be telling the truth. There's some people, you're looking for agreement. You're looking for that feel-good preacher who just gonna make you feel good. You're looking for this therapist that's just gonna make you, that's gonna agree with your wrongdoing. You're not looking for wisdom. You're looking for agreement, some people. Some keep asking people until somebody finally tells them what they really want to hear. Okay? And then we call that confirmation. Ooh, I got confirmation. Ooh, I just got some confirmation. Sometimes that is not confirmation. I'm just going to be honest with you. Sometimes that's not confirmation. Ooh, I just got confirmation. I knew I should go get my lick back. I just got confirmation. Yeah. I knew I should just leave my kids and don't even turn around. I just got confirmation. Bro, you telling me what I want to hear. I just got confirmation. Sometimes you just found somebody willing to agree with you. I hate to tell you the truth this morning. Write this down. I don't want you to miss this. Sometimes the biggest mistake of your life will not come from not knowing what to do. The biggest mistakes in your life, it will come from listening to the wrong person when wisdom was already available. I think somebody ought to pay attention to this wisdom this morning. This is powerful. It's not coming. Your greatest mistakes don't come because you don't know what to do. The greatest mistakes you will make in this world, and you will fail, and it comes from listening to the wrong person when wisdom is already there. One voice influenced one decision in your life, and that decision affected an entire kingdom. And that is why influence matters. Are you listening? Influence matters. I'm just telling you the truth this morning. Influence is directional. What consistently get your attention gets an opportunity to shape your thinking. I'm gonna say this again because I don't want you to miss this. I don't want you to miss this. Influence is directional. What consistently gets your attention gets an opportunity to shape your thinking. Are you listening? What shapes your thinking can shape your decisions. And this is why you don't want your partner or your life partner to be hanging with people who are not good for them to hang with, because you don't want them to shape their thinking. But no, there's people that says you trying to control me. Has nothing to do with control, but everything to do with wisdom on protecting your investment. Yeah, the investment of you putting time in people. Because wisdom tell you if it gets the attention consistently, it can shape your thinking. And what shapes your decisions can shape your patterns. And your patterns eventually help shape your life. I wonder, hopefully you're getting what I'm saying. You got to be at a high vibration, because some people, they act like they crazy. What shapes your thinking can shape your decisions, and what shape your decisions can shape your patterns. And your patterns eventually help shape your life. Are you listening? So influence is not small. Influence is not small. Listen to me today, please. Influence is not small. The voices you continually hear, it matters. The conversations you continually have, it matters. The content you continually consume, it matters. You hear people, I read a report that a lot of people who watch those Tyler Perry shows are very very prone to get divorced. Now, here's what I heard. I just read that somewhere. I read it. I don't know how true it is. But when I look at the wisdom of the word, the content that you continually consume, that is influence, and it matters. The people whose approval you continually seek, it matters, because your life will eventually reveal what has been influencing you. Are you listening? Your life will eventually reveal what has been influencing you. And I know a lot of people right now, you don't take these type of things serious. You don't take it serious. You don't take it serious. Write this down. Your direction will eventually expose which voices have been leading you. Yep. This is the truth. Your direction in life that you take right now will eventually expose which voices you've been listening to. I know you don't want to hear this, but I have to tell you the truth this morning. Your direction, the things that you make in this life, and what you do this week, what you do this year. Some of you, I'm giving you the keys to know why you've been stuck for so long. Because I'm letting you know right now, there's an influence that's behind the patterns. Your direction will eventually expose which voices have been leading you. I want to get to some points this morning. Do me a favor, if you're liking what we're talking about this morning, tap that screen for me. We should have been at 100K already. Tap that screen, share this with about 5 people today. If you're in the TRC, definitely share this. If you're a member of the TRC, definitely share this with about 5 people this morning. This is going to be very important for you, and very important for them. Definitely, you can share this in your stories. There's people right now who've been listening to the wrong influence, and you can't help them. And maybe they may hear this message, and God may wake them up. And they may become a person that says, look, I can no longer follow the wrong voices. And I'm going to give you 3 points today. We're going to go through these 3 points. And this is key. And you don't want to miss these 3. Maybe you have missed the first point that we're talking about, but you don't want to miss these 3. Point number 1, access does not equal authority. Write that down. Access does not equal authority. And what this means is everybody close to you cannot have authority over you. Everybody close to you cannot have authority over you. Listen to what I'm saying today. Everybody close to you cannot have authority over you. This does not mean that you stop loving people. It means that you stop confusing relationship with leadership. You listen to your daddy. I'm just saying, many of you listen to your father because of the relationship, and you think the relationship means leadership. Some of you, your parents can't lead you. Look at their life. And you look at their life and you ask yourself, do I want to live like that? Do I want that when I'm their age? And if your parents have nothing, if your parents are divorced, if your parents are messed up and they're still broken, I'm telling you, this is for you. Everybody close to you cannot have authority over you. And it does not mean that you stop loving them. It just means, again, that you stop confusing relationship with leadership. Cousins and aunties and uncles and these deep-rooted friends. Look, a mother can love you. I get it. A mother can love you. But what do mothers do mostly? Most of them, they still speak from fear. Now, I don't know about you, but every time I call my mama, it's baby, you better be careful. Yeah. I was watching the news the other day. Yeah, be careful of this water you drinking, because make sure you get the right one, baby. Your mother can love you, but still speak from her fear. How many people that I have on here where your mom, be honest, your mom speaks fear. Every time you call her, she's speaking fear. I know for a fact I cannot have the only mama who be speaking fear. Baby, be careful. And I get it. We're grown and we old, and they can't really hold us like they used to and protect us like they used to. They were so overprotective over us. And they probably still daydream about the days that they used to take care of us and hold us and keep us safe. You know, a mother's love is strong. A mother love is strong. You will never forget your mom. Most of us who've had good mothers and have been brought up in good ways, we would never forget our mom. Her love is unmatched. But she can still speak to you from fear. Your father, he can love you and still speak from what happened to him. Are you listening? He can still speak from his brokenness. He can still speak from things that, you know what I'm saying? Your friend can love you and still give you advice based on what they would do. Your spouse can love you and still be wrong. A lot of people don't want to hear that though. Your spouse can be right in the bed with you every day and still be wrong. Your business partner can be brilliant in business and completely unqualified to advise you about your relationships. People can be wise in one area and immature in another. And that is why you have to stop giving everybody the same level of influence. Are you listening? Write this down. Stop giving people decision-making influence simply because they have emotional access to you. Write that down. I think you should share that with some people. That's very important. Stop giving people decision-making influence simply because they have emotional access to you. And I'm telling you this because maybe this is the reason you're stuck. Somebody important to you does not mean every opinion they have should be important to your decision-making. I'm just saying this be the major mistakes that we make as humans. You can love them without allowing them to direct your future. You ask yourself these questions like, dang, why haven't I grown? And why haven't I gone to the next level? And why am I stuck? Well, we are exposing the voice of influence in your life today. Write this down. Some people can stay loved without staying influential. And that is not bitterness. That is discernment. Yes. Yes. We're saving some people today. I'm saving you today for many more years that you've been wasting right now. We're about to get ready to, you just keep listening, you'll see. And this is not bitterness we're talking about today. I'm trying to get you to the point where you realize that there's something that you have been allowing in your life that has been keeping you stuck. Point number 2, write this down. Don't just listen to the advice. Examine what produced it. Don't just listen to what people say. I'm challenging you this week to examine what produced it. Examine. Before you follow somebody's voice, I want you to ask, where is this advice coming from? Is it coming from wisdom? Is it coming from fear? Is it coming from experience? Is it coming from bitterness? Is it coming from jealousy? You will find out that in this world we live in, people give you advice based off their jealousy. And sometimes they sometimes they don't even know what they're doing sometimes. The spirit in them don't know. People be giving you real deal advice and influence based off their jealousy. He may be jealous of you, bro. Your girl may look better than his girl, but the influence that he would put on you probably will be sabotage. Are you listening? She may be jealous of you, girl, and still want your man. And she would influence sabotage. So when people are talking to you, you got to examine it and say, look, are you influencing me from faith? Are you influencing me from insecurity? Are you influencing me and trying to advise me from your disappointment? Because advice carries the perspective of the person giving it. I think you should understand this. Advice that you get from people, it carries the perspective of the person giving it. Somebody who was betrayed, may tell you, never trust anybody again. Somebody whose business failed may tell you, don't take the risk. Are you listening? Don't take the risk. Don't do it. I'm hoping that you're paying attention right now. You know what? Let me take a pit stop. Is there anybody on here? Have you heard this before? If you heard this before, drop me some fire emojis in the comments. Somebody got betrayed and they told you, don't trust nobody. Everybody bad. Everybody cheating. Somebody whose business failed, they tell you, don't take the risk. It's not worth it. Somebody who stayed in an unhealthy relationship, they may tell you that's just how relationships are. Have you ever heard this before? Drop a fire emoji. I just want to know. Because I think that sometimes people, they think that, it's not true. This is very true. Somebody afraid of change, they may call your growth irresponsible. They're afraid of change, so they call your growth irresponsible. They may genuinely love you, but their wound may still be advising you. This is why you have to check the fruit. I want you to do me a favor and drop those 3 words, check the fruit, in the comments. I know I want to talk to a people that, look, you may not need this, but you need to share this with somebody. Share this with your kids, your family, your cousins. Look, check the fruit. Check the fruit. I don't want you to be stuck another year because you didn't check the fruit. You've been eating this garbage from people. Before somebody started advising you and you started blah, 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 check the fruit. What have they done and what is they doing? Before somebody influencing your marriage, look at how they understand relationships. Check the fruit. Check the fruit. Before somebody influences your money, look at how they steward money. Before somebody influences your business, look at what they have built and how they built it. I seen a viral post on Instagram. I don't know if it's a skit, but they had this real big man, this real big man. He was built weird, boy. And he was in there trying to give people fitness advice. I'm talking about he was built weird. I'm talking about built weird. He had to be every bit of 440, 450. And he was like, look, and everything he said was right in the video. But what's so crazy to me is there's people that share this video. You can talk bad about how this man looks, and he don't look like a fitness trainer, but he's trying to tell people how to be trained. Well, why don't you have that same perspective in life? You let people influence your business and you don't look at see what they built. Are you listening? Before somebody influences your faith, I tell you, look at their character. Before they influence your faith, what they believe in, and you should do this and you should do that spiritually, I'm saying that you should look at their character. Nobody has to be perfect, but wisdom asks real questions. Where does this road go? Me listening to this person, where does this road go? Rehoboam, he received advice, but an entire kingdom experienced the consequences because he received the wrong advice. Write this down very quickly. Be careful whose opinion you turn into instructions, because an opinion can become a decision, and a decision can become a direction, and a direction can become a life. Did you just hear what I just said? I'm gonna say this one more time. I want you to write this down. Be careful whose opinion you turn into instructions, because an opinion can become a decision, and a decision can become a direction, and a direction can become a life. Are you listening? So before you follow the voice, check the fruit. That's all I'm saying. Check the fruit. Yeah, check the fruit. Point number 3. Let's move very quickly here. Point number 3. The most dangerous influence may be the one that you don't realize is influencing you. Now, this one is one of the most important numbers or points we're going to talk about tonight, because we have to be real. Sometimes we don't be knowing. That's why it's dangerous. One of the most dangerous influence, it may be the one you don't realize that is influencing you. Are you listening? This is where I want us to really look at ourselves today. This is where I want us to really think very hard, because influence does not always have a name in your contacts. Listen to what I'm saying. I want us to really look deep. Sometimes influence is in your hand. Yep. Your phone, your social media feed, your algorithm. People you have never met can influence you. What you think that success look like, what you think that marriage is supposed to be, what you think that life is supposed to be, that you look at on social media, what you think that love looks like. Ooh, you may not like me after today. I'm sorry. A lot of times, this is the most dangerous thing that we're dealing with right now. The most dangerous influence, it may be the one you don't even realize that's influencing you. And right now, I'm talking about this cell phone. Yeah. This bad boy have destroyed so many homes, so many people, so many families. Because you get on here, how many relationships that are on this live today have been destroyed by social media? I just want to know, put it in the comments real quick. How many relationships have been destroyed by social media? I'm giving you some value today. I'm just hoping that you're soaking it all in. Sometimes your influence is in your hands. Your feed, your algorithm, people that you've never met. And you think success looks like people who get tore up every day and just live their life, this free life. So you practice what you see. What you think love looks like. And you think that love looks like taking trips every day. You think that loves look like, oh, it's just peaches and cream, and you think marriage is supposed to look like these people you see online lying. Most of them. What you think I'm just saying, you think that your body should look a certain way because of what you see online. How much money you think you should have by now. You think because of what you see online, yeah, you think what you think you should look like and be at your age. And then some of us, you even look at whether you believe your life is good enough based off what you see on social media. It's one heck of an influence if you ask me. You can wake up grateful, scroll for 30 minutes, and suddenly feel like, dang, what I'm doing in here. It's just, you feel behind. You woke up grateful, but now you've been scrolling for 30 minutes and now you feel behind. Nothing changed about your life. You only compared something. And that is influence. You were happy with your relationship until somebody online told you what love's supposed to look like. I can't stand these. I'm serious. I get real serious on this one. Oh my goodness. You got some men get online. Yeah, you know, if he ain't tying your shoes and picking you up and just paying everything. I agree with paying the bills, but if he ain't, girl, if he ain't just letting you do what you want to do, go when you please and come home when you want to, get you another man. And you be on social media like, yeah. Then you go home, you got a strong man at home saying, I should be able to do what I want to do. I should be able to come home. You supposed to be tying my shoes right now. I shouldn't tie my own shoes. It'd be just as crazy. Somebody online told you what love's supposed to look like. Brother, you done heard a man online tell you this woman does not have the ability to talk. She should be quiet at all times and she don't get a voice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm serious. She should be quiet at all times and she shouldn't talk. You get home and you tell that woman, hey, shut your mouth. Stop talking. I told you about this talking now. Yeah, I'm just saying, somebody online told you that she supposed to shut her mouth and not have a voice, and you should be in control. And I believe that you should be able to run your house, but I do believe that there should be a level of respect. But you've been following somebody who don't respect women, so now you don't respect women. This is a major thing that goes on in our world right now. Woman, you get on here and you follow after these songs. And this is how you treat a man. I can do what you do. I'm equal to you. And so now you compare your life to a man and you say, hey, look, we are equal now because you've been listening to somebody online who have influenced you outside of God's design for your life. I'm just saying, you were grateful for your progress. This stuff gets crazy. You was grateful for your progress until somebody else, they highlight your reel, or you see a highlighted reel, and it made your progress look small. And you was grateful for the little success you had. Went out and got you a nice house. Yeah, everybody ain't able. And then you see a reel come across your screen and it's like, dang, I ain't doing nothing. You was proud of your body. Yeah. Until the algorithm repeatedly showed you what beautiful was supposed to mean. You used to be proud of how you looked and yeah, now, and that's why we had the BBL pandemic. And I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, or because some of them look good. Some of them really do look good, but some of them, they look bad. You done went down there to Mexico because you don't let the internet tear your body up. Man, I seen somebody in the airport the other day. I was like, Lord have mercy. Come on, why would you do this to yourself, baby? We need to undo this because you bad. But I don't know what you did. You just overdid it this time. And the internet done told you it is what it is, because bro, the dudes go out here and do it too. They be breaking their knees so they can be taller. You know what I mean? Because the internet told them that they're too short. The internet told them that they're not man enough. Now some of them, they can't walk again because they try to put in extensions on their legs. But the internet told them they're not enough, and don't get to watching the bad stuff. Now you on there comparing. Now you going to go get all kind of cosmetic work because you done seen somebody. There's a lot of men, they don't make it out of that type of surgery. They go over there and they say, yeah, I gotta make sure I get what I can get. And you get what you get, and you don't make it out of these. Sometimes you don't make it out of the operating room. Because somewhere along the line, the algorithm shows you that you wasn't good enough. Are you listening? Are you listening? I'm just saying, this is something that I want you to pay attention to this morning. You was building at a pace until somebody else's success made you feel late. Are you listening? Ask yourself this morning, who taught me that? Who taught me this, the way that I think? Who told me where I should be by this age right now? Who told me this? Who told me what success looked like? Who told me who told me what every man like? No, there's men out here who like your taste. There's men out here who like you is. But you let this internet tell you what a successful woman and what she should really look like. Who told me what attraction looked like? I'm just saying. I can't believe though that, I can believe it, but internet have really a really crazy, it's really crazy, and it's influential sometimes. It's really influential sometimes. Who told you these things? Who told you what a good life looks like? I'm just saying, this is some real stuff. Write this down. Whatever repeatedly gets your attention eventually gets an opportunity to influence you. Write that down. Whatever repeatedly gets your attention eventually gets an opportunity to influence you. But let's go a little deeper. I want to go a little deeper because sometimes the loudest unhealthy influence is not your friends. The loudest unhealthy influence is not your family. The loudest unhealthy influence is not social media. Sometimes, you don't want to hear this, sometimes it is the old version of you. Yep. Sometimes that is the complete loudest. It's the complete loudest. It's the old version of you, who you used to be. That old fear, the old insecurity, the old rejection, the old trauma, the old thinking, that voice that says, don't try again. That voice that says, you know what happened the last time. That voice that says that nobody stays. That voice that says you can't trust nobody. That voice that says you are already behind. That voice that says you are not ready. That voice that says that you are not enough. And now we have arrived at the real question for this Sunday morning. Which voice has the most influence in your life? Which voice has the most influence in your life? Yeah. I just want you to ask just a question. Which voice has the most influence in your life? Because if God says move, right? If God is telling you to move, but fear says stay, which voice wins? Think about that for a minute. Think about that for a minute. If God is telling you to move and do something in your life, but fear says stay, which voice wins? If God says you are loved, but rejection says you're not enough, which voice wins? If God says, trust me, but your past says, protect yourself from everything, which voice wins? If God tells you, you have purpose, son, you have purpose, daughter, but comparison says, you are behind, which voice wins? I'm simply telling you today because I'm simply trying to allowing God into your life is more than saying I believe in God. Listen to what I'm saying this Sunday morning. Look, allowing God into your life is more important than saying I believe in God. It is allowing God's truth to influence how you live. How many people you know right now, they say, I love God. They even had a song that went viral. I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Y'all remember that song went viral? A lot of people, this is how you look at it. You just say, oh, I believe in God. But if you really believe in God, it is allowing God's truth to influence how you live. And they say, Mark, well, why do you live this certain way? Or why do you do this? Because God is influencing me through his truth. And that's why I live. And that's why I have standards. His truth, it has to become louder than your fear. God's truth has to become louder than your fear. It has to become louder than the rejection. It has to become louder than this comparison. You comparing with the people you see online. Some people, they don't even dress like they should, like they supposed to dress. God's voice and his truth should be louder than this. That is the correct way. You think it's cool. You see the woman that's out here with the little small clothes on in the gym and you say, look, I want to look like her because that is what beauty look like. I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to look beautiful, but sometimes you go a little bit too far. You got the toe out. I'm just saying, God, don't you think his truth should be better than what you could? Oh, she getting more eyes and she getting more eyeballs because she got the toe out. You know, she getting more than this because, you know, she got all her skin out. I want to make sure when I come in here, they can see everything. God's voice should be louder than comparison. It should be louder than the culture. You say, I'm this way because this is the culture that I'm involved in. You let some of the cultures in this world, the culture is louder than God's influence in your life. The culture tell you to do this and treat people like this, but God's culture say treat people right. But you say, I believe in God, but the culture influences you more than God do. God's influence and his truth should be louder than your friends. Are you listening? It should be louder than your friends. It should be louder than your past. And sometimes it should be louder than you. I'm just saying, write this down. You cannot ask God to order your steps while allowing everybody else to choose your direction. Write that down. You cannot continue to ask God, God, order my steps. Show me the path that I should go in, while allowing everybody else to choose your direction. It's like you're fighting an uphill battle. It's like you're asking some things that you really just been pointless, because when he try to order your stuff, his influence for some reason is not as strong in your life. And so everybody else becomes your direction. Some voices, they can stay close, but they cannot stay loud. And some voices, some voices need to lose influence completely. Some voices in your life, and I believe God is telling you today that they gotta lose influence. Some voices, they're not putting you in the right place. I want you to sit with this. I want to ask you a question, and I want you to be completely honest with me. I don't want you to get on here lying. I want you to tell the truth. Who has too much influence over your life? I want you to ask yourself that question. Who has too much influence over my life? Yeah. Who has too much influence over my life? I want you to think about what I'm saying. Whose approval am I trying to earn? Right now, I want you to think about this. Whose influence am I trying to earn? A lot of people don't want to hear this type of conversation because they trying to earn the world's approval. They trying to earn the internet approval. Oh my goodness, the list goes on. Whose disappointment am I afraid of? Whose opinion can make me abandon what I already know is right? Ooh, that's a big one. Yeah. I want you to answer some of these questions. It's very important for your growth today. Very important for your growth. Yeah. Do I seek wisdom, or do I keep asking people until somebody agrees with me? Ask yourself that question. Do I seek real wisdom, or do I seek or do I keep asking people until somebody agrees with me? I need you to answer that question truthfully. Do I seek wisdom, or do I keep asking people until somebody agrees with me? Because I used to be the person, I would seek for, I would tell people I'm seeking for wisdom. But when I found somebody that can understand what I'm saying, and this is how relationships work too. And you want to find somebody who will agree with your foolishness. This is how cheatings get started. You ain't looking for no real wisdom how you should be treating that man, sis. You looking for somebody to agree with you so you can feel justified in doing your dirt. Me and you ain't looking for nobody to, big dog, we gotta tell the truth. Sometimes you just looking for somebody who gonna agree with your dysfunction. And half the women that's agreeing with your dysfunction, they don't even really care about your situation for real. They just care about being free with you. And they tell you, I can't believe she doing this. Boy, she don't care what she doing for real. Boy, this is a game out here, fam. Do I seek wisdom, or do I keep asking people until somebody agrees with me? What content has been affecting my peace? What content that you listen to and watch has been affecting your peace? I keep saying, man, this music influences you. And you can tell people this every day and they just don't listen. It's weird. And you stay stuck. You stay broken. You stay messed up. You don't want to change your music selection. You don't want to change what you watch on TV. You don't want to change, at least for a season, fast from it. You know, go a little bit without it, you know, and just see what happens in your life and what type of influences that you set yourself free from. What, when you think about this, what content has been affecting my peace? This is a real conversation. This is a real conversation. What content has been affecting my peace? What conversations consistently change my attitude? I just want you to identify this. This is a part of your reset. We're resetting and we're starting this week fresh. What conversations consistently change my attitude? What voices leave me more fearful? What voices leave me angry? What voices leave me jealous? What voices leave me insecure? What voices leave me confused? Another question I want you to ask yourself is this: what old voice inside of me is still influencing new decisions? What old voice inside of me is still influencing new decisions? And here is the biggest question of today: who has the loudest voice in my life right now? Who has the loudest voice in my life right now? That's the biggest question today. Yeah. Yeah. Who has the loudest voice in my life? Not who should, not who I say does, but who actually does. Because maybe this morning, you don't need to remove everybody from your life. Maybe you simply need to turn some voices down. Maybe that's what it is. And turn God's voice up. Are you listening? Maybe you don't need to turn every voice, you know. Maybe you just need to turn God's voice up. This is major in your life. I want to know who want to speak life to this situation this morning, because I want to release and affirm some things today. Yeah. I want to release some things today and affirm some things today. If you want to speak life into this situation today, you want to speak some affirmations over this, and you want to release some stuff today, I want you to put the word "speak life" in the comments. And there's people right now, you're going through this right now. And life is getting the best of you because you've been allowing social media to influence you. You've been allowing these superstars and celebrities to be your spiritual pastor, and you really don't even know it. They have been your spiritual covering. You've been allowing some of your favorite artists to really influence you. You wake up every day and you do what they say do, that's in the music. Their voice is louder than God's voice. And so, look, I just want to talk about this. Some of you've been watching shows and you live your life like a show that you see on TV. Are you listening? Are you listening? And so I want to use the power of our words to speak to things like this, because isn't you tired of being stuck? Aren't you tired of living the same way and you're not really going to the next level? And it's because there's some influences that is keeping you behind. And so I want you to release some things, because there's powers in your words. You may have been able to get set free from people, but have you been set free from the voice? And you do that by releasing and speaking things with your mouth. You have a certain frequency. You have a voice. There's power and depth that's in your tongue. Are you listening? You ain't got to be super spiritual to be able to speak some good things in your life. Yeah. I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to repeat after me very quickly. Today, I release every voice that has been controlling me through fear. I release it. Yeah, I release every voice that has been controlling me through fear. Today, I release the need for everybody's approval. Today, I release the fear of disappointing people when wisdom requires me to choose differently. Today, I release advice that does not agree with truth. I'm going to say that one again. I release advice that does not agree with truth. Yeah. Yeah. I release comparison created by what I continually consume. I'm going to say that one again. I release comparison created by what I continually consume. I release the opinions I have allowed to become instructions. Yeah. I release old thinking that keeps speaking louder than who I am becoming. I'm going to say this one more time. I release old thinking that keeps speaking louder than who I am becoming. And today, I release every influence that no longer belongs in my future. I release every influence that no longer belongs in my future. And today, as we affirm, I choose wisdom today. I choose discernment. I choose healthy counsel. I can love people without being led by people. I can forgive people without restoring unhealthy influence. I will examine the fruit attached to the voices I follow. I will guard my mind I will protect my peace. Today, I'm telling you, I will protect my direction. God's truth will be louder than my fear. God's truth will be louder than rejection. God's truth will be louder than comparison. In my life, God's truth will be louder than my past. God's truth will influence who I am becoming. I will become who God created me to be, and not who people pressured me to become. I'm going to say this again. I will become who God created me to be, not who people pressured me to be. Yeah. What I want you to do, if you're receiving this morning, drop one word for me: influence. Drop one word. If you receive this message today, drop that word influence for me. Yeah. The day is very powerful. Before you leave this morning, remember this: everybody can have an opinion, but everybody does not get authority in your life. Everybody can speak. Everybody does not get a vote. Are you listening? You do not have to stop loving people. You just have to become intentional about who gets influence in your life. You have to become, I'm just saying, intentional about what gets influence. Some voices can stay close, but they don't need to be loud. Are you listening? And those old voices, they have spoke over your life long enough. So this week, going into this new week, I want you to pay attention. Pay attention on what's influencing you. Pay attention on what you're listening to. What is the message behind what are you listening to? Pay attention to what you're consuming. Pay attention to what keeps getting your attention. And most importantly, pay attention to which voice gets the final word in your decision making. I want you to move different. I want you to choose different. I want you to protect your peace different. And I don't want you to forget this. Let God's truth be louder than your fear. Let his wisdom be louder than your pressure. Let his love be louder than the rejection. And let his direction be louder than everybody's opinion. This is your Sunday morning inspiration reset.